Sit down, Kurapov, too! You're such a talentless mediocrity. What will you even become when you grow up? Vera Pavlovna, did you decide this only by one school grade? It's simple arithmetic. You should have been able to do this when you were in the kindergarten. I don't even know why they have taken you to the school when you're 8 years old. This is way too late. And I've told the commission that 8 years old is way too late, and it's unacceptable to take them to the first grade. They need to be sent to the special institution. It's because my father raising me alone. I don't have mother. Are you trying to make me feel sorry for you? If you have no brains, even if you had 10 moms, nothing would have changed in this world because of you. Nothing would depart, nothing would arrive. Because you're completely useless in this world. You're just a biomass. I always did poorly in school, but not because I was stupid, but because I didn't see any point in this. And if I don't see any point in doing something, I can't force myself to do it. Well, how will math even help me in the real life? Will it help me to play soccer or maybe to buy ice cream? And why on earth should I even learn how to speak English? I speak it anyway. What do they even want from me? Separate words into suffixes, roots, or endings. I grew up without mother and father. He didn't care completely about me. He was coming back home at 10 p.m. after the work and he was just going straight to the bed. But I forced myself to study because this teacher touched me on raw. Am I really so unimportant, so useless to everyone? Am I some sort of useless biomass like a mosquito? And at that moment, I realized that I need to learn this and all the other subjects so well that she'll be just ashamed to look straight into my eyes. And I succeeded. I became the best student in the school. And all because she didn't spare me. Perhaps that's why I got the idea of creating a new way on the planet Earth with the name of Antispare. Because I became who I really am, because no one ever spared me. But I still didn't know when and how would I create the Antispare. I would create it somewhere in the future. But when? And I still can't believe that I'm going to do it. I learned it from the future documents that I was able to view with the help of special flash drive of time that showed the internet of past and future. And there we found a study that I created. All the formulas for building the world of Antispare were written out there. And there was also my signature. But I still thought that this is madness. The Antispare should have some limitations, because where I've come now, this is a clear madness. This is inhuman. This shouldn't exist. Please, Vanya, don't do it. Don't do it. What not to do? Don't cut off my leg, please. Don't cut off my leg. Yes, I tried to cut off the leg of the man called Vegan after we escaped the time prison. 10 years passed inside the prison, and outside only a minute. Somehow we broke the time compensator, and everything around us stopped. The time froze, except for some people. And now, nothing could be used, nothing could be eaten, except for those who move. Give me at least one reason why I shouldn't do it. You've done it to me 20 times. Then you restored my legs on the bioprinter. That was the hardest, the most painful operation in the world. You've done it to me 20 times. Now, it's my time. No, son, please come to your senses. Don't call me son. I am the Antispare. And now, what leg should we start with? Left or right? No, please come to your senses. Remember how I raised you within the framework of Antispare and made you drown the kittens. What? How do you know about the kittens? Because I raised you. Look at me carefully. What? It wasn't Wigan who was laying on my desk. It was my father! We were alone in the cell. What the hell is going on? Where's the Wigan? Who the hell is Wigan, Vanya? Come to your senses, we've been sitting here for 199 years. By the way, in a couple of days, we will finally be released. What? I guess you went nuts after the last regeneration procedure. I understand you. I'm barely holding on myself. Have you forgotten that this is the prison where the time flows faster than outside the prison? And every 30-50 years they do a very painful procedure, after which you seem to have gone crazy. I turned around to look in the mirror, and I've seen that some sort of old man with grey beard and grey old tufts of hair was looking at me. And when was the last regeneration procedure? Around 50 years ago. So I'm around 60 now. Oh, damn, my back. Suddenly I was overcome with such oppression, such fatigue and depression, and I realized that my brain was making the truly great wonders. It created a fictional world in which I stayed for several years to speed up the time, because 200 years is an unimaginably long time. Yes, I guess that they decided to release us as an old farts. And suddenly, this nasty bot flew in.
Your time of imprisonment is over. You are free.
However, with the good news, I tried to climb the ladder that led to the hedge in the ceiling. And I realized that I was weaker than ever before. I'm an old fart. I barely made it outside, and the bot put us in the flying paddy wagon. I sat down and looked out the window in the complete despondency. I wanted only one thing: to sit somewhere in the nature, to water flowers, to pick cucumbers, to sleep during the day, to read newspapers in my armchair. Although, probably in this world, the newspapers had disappeared for a long time now. But it doesn't matter. I was an old man, and in my thoughts, we quickly flew up to the president. Oh, what a pleasure to see you like this. You're such a funny old man. I haven't even finished my coffee yet. So, maybe we can give you some regeneration procedure? Huh? No, I'd better stay as the creaker. It was the most horrifying torment in the world. In order to regenerate the whole body, it was necessary to burn out all the internal organs and reprint them on the bioprinter. This was done by disgusting metal spider bots. No one in the world is assigned to experience this regeneration procedure the second time. Okay, now you can do whatever you want. This is the level 3 certificate of the Antispare. You can get a job as a cashier. Sunny, let's go. We can't change anything here. Let's go. I moved towards the exit. Wait, I showed this to your father. And you? Follow this way. He pointed to some room in which the entire wall was made of glass, as if it was some sort of terrarium. This is now your new place of residence. Wait, but this is just another prison. I was sentenced for 200 years. I deserve to be released. Why do you need me? You missed one very important detail. Somehow in the future, you invent Antispare. Write down all the formulas, show step by step how it would work. And with this, I would just overthrow the power. I don't like you. Moreover, you infuriate me. But I need to protect you. So nothing will happen to you. Because, our world of Antispare is kinda dangerous. Why didn't I understand it right away? You're just afraid that something will happen to me, and I won't invent Antispare. Because of this, you won't be able to study it, and you won't be able to seize the power on Earth. Yes, you have always been brilliant with your intellect. So, do come in, please. Sod you! I pushed him with all my might, but he didn't even budge, and my back stabbed as if the knife had been driven into it. I was so weak, I turned around and ran as fast as I could. I ran towards the parking lot of the flying taxis, through the corridors. I thought that it was the fastest run of my life, and then a sharp pain pierced my chest. Everything went dark before my eyes. I heard the footsteps and the laugh of the president. You're such a funny old man. Angina pectoris is no joke for you. Let's go. You shouldn't be nervous, especially at your age. He took me by the arms as if I was some sort of wreck and put me into the terrarium. That's how I was released from the prison, just to be sentenced to other prison. However, everything was comfortable here. A bed, a TV, though without television, good food, and a window with the size of entire wall. Essentially, the transparent wall. Behind the transparent wall, there was a presidential office in which he worked, and some people came to him. There were more and more people there, and each time more and more looked at me as if I was some sort of monkey. Day after day, week after week passed. Maybe the whole year passed. I don't know. I didn't have calendar or any internet access. Later, the president remade his hall into the observation deck, where crowds of people came just to look at me. Hey, why are you working here? What didn't you say in me? I'm an ordinary person. But no one heard me. The wall was soundproof. I was being shown to children. They were eating ice cream and popcorn. And then I saw a boy wearing a t-shirt on which my face was printed with the inscription, "The creator of Antispare needs to live forever." No, not forever. No one explained to me what I was doing here, why am I here, and what year it is. It seemed like I was some sort of living Lenin. And all those people were bowing to me. No one came to me, only the boss flew in to bring some food. And they left me no choice. If they want me to live forever, then I'll have to die. I walked up to the glass wall, leaned my head towards, ran as fast as I could, and slammed my head into the wall. Everything around me shook, everything went blurry, but I didn't die. I need one more try. I ran and slammed against the wall again and again. Everything turned red. Blood seemed to fill my eyes. The guards started to bustle around. The bots flew towards me. Screw them. I'll make it in time. I started to run and... Stand still! Don't move! Hands behind your head! Or what then? You shoot me. Bring it on. What have you done here? You want a straight jacket and the room lined with soft material? Yes, I want a different camera. One with soft material. Just not to sit here like a dumb monkey. Okay, let's make a deal. I'll give you what you want and you'll keep sitting here. I need a narration to connect to the knowledge. I need to know what's happening in the world. It's impossible just to sit here in the confined space. Before I sat for 200 years, but at least there was one person. But here, it's impossible. You seem to have forgotten how fast the progress is going because of your Antispare. The neuroshoons are already the thing of the past. They are not supported by system anymore. And what do you use then? Now we are implanting the neural networks to our brains. You use it in a real time and it thinks for you. Okay, put in my brain this neural network, no matter what it is. Unfortunately, this is only possible in young organisms, up to 20 years old. After this, the brain rejects the foreign thinking apparatus. You're lying! Release me immediately, or I'll do everything just to die. You leave me no choice. I'll have to tie you up. But only imagine, you'll become even a cooler symbol of Antispare. Imagine a person sitting behind the glass, tied up. He doesn't communicate with anyone, doesn't know anything about outside world. But everyone comes to look at him. And when you turn 90-year-old and become an old man, we will make a rejuvenation procedure to you. And you will become again a great exhibit of our Antispare world. This will be the highest degree of Antispare for whole society. Not to spare your own creator. You will become a living icon, bound, eternally tormented, but still a living icon. The creator of Antispare. They bandaged my arms and legs. I could only move my body and the head a little. And I started to think. The highest degree of Antispare is the absence of self-spare. As soon as you stop sparing yourself, you can achieve unimaginable highs. Defeat the god himself. To my left, I saw a bot with 10 cm metal antenna protruding from his body, and all I could move was my body and my head. I leaned back and hit the antenna with my eye as hard as I could. Enough to damage my brain. It seems to be unbearable, but after all I experienced in the prison, this was like a mosquito bite. I needed to be sent to a hospital, or at least somewhere else, but I still felt that I was losing consciousness. I opened my eyes, or rather one eye. I tried to move my arms and legs, but they didn't move. Perhaps I damaged my brain, and they became paralyzed. I was lying on the metal table, and this reminded me of something. No! 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 I wasn't paralyzed. My hands were tied. This was the rejuvenation procedure. Again! Once again, I heard the stomping of those little mechanic steps from those depths by the bots that will crawl into every hole of my body and burn out all my internal organs. I relived all this madness again. I was losing consciousness and returning to it, losing consciousness and coming to it again. Son, wake up, son, are you alright?
The regeneration procedure is completed.
What? Father, how did you get in here? Are we back in prison again in which we have to serve 200 years? I'm sitting in prison with you. We've been sitting here for 199 years. By the way, I guess that in a few days we will finally be released. And we have completed another regeneration procedure. And we'll be released young. But I don't really understand why they need us young. Really? Really? How can you even tell if this is reality or not? Are you real? Reality, of course. Doesn't seem like some sort of nonsense to you. This can't be real. After the Antispare was introduced, everything seems a bit unreal. I heard about a method where you have to pinch your nose and try to exhale, and if the air passes through, that means that you're either in coma or in dream. Because in reality you don't really control your body and your nose isn't pitched. And if the air doesn't go through, that means that you're in reality. I pinched my nose with the hands and exhaled, only to hear a clicking sound in my ears. So, it's either all real or this test is a complete bullshit. I looked out the window from above. It was dark up there, and the boat that was hanging in the air had disappeared somewhere. Where did it go? It was moving slowly. Did the time of the day change for them too? And you seem to receive a very strong shock. Don't you remember? After 30 years of imprisonment, something broke there, and the time flows absolutely the same as here. Oh, look! I looked through the glass hatch again. A fly was flying up there. They have the same time as we do! Are you sure that they'll let us out? I guess that they'll release us anyway, because everything is automated here. Around 50 years ago, someone looked into this hatch and... after, no one. And the food still appears. That means that everything works. I was in such joyful anticipation. Would I really see the world again? But most likely, all my friends and comrades had died there. Because so much time had passed already. The next few days dragged on like the previous 200 years, when suddenly, the hatch whistled open. I felt fresh air rush into the room. Oh my god. It felt so good. Why are you standing here with a silly smile? Come on, let's get out quickly. Of course, already climbing. We got out the prison. Everything was different. There were no bots, no people. I guess that everything was automized. Then we found an old flying paddy wagon. We sat in it and it flew automatically into the city. Hey, autopilot, what year is it?
2195th year, January 3rd.
Damn, we missed the New Year's. We were dropped at the administration building. There was no one on the street, and suspiciously, not a single light was on. It was already getting dark and the street light should have come on. But the city was plunging into the pitch of darkness. Not a single window is lit in the houses. There are no people. It seems the end of the world we wanted to prevent has finally arrived.